Today I'm watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 7, Episode 15. In the previous episode, the first visited the principal, who we found out was actually the son of a Slayer, and that Spike was the one that killed his mom. We had those flashbacks with Spike a few seasons ago, and we learned, that he had killed the Slayer. One of those Slayers turned out to be, of course, the principal's mom, and that the principal, who they've kind of had, being very suspicious this whole time, and of course with the history of principals in Sunnydale, is in fact out here killing vampires and demons, and I'm very worried to see where he's going to go now. I feel like he's definitely going to try and kill Spike. Xander tried to go on a date, and she turned out trying to use him to try and open the seal for another vampire to come out, so the first is definitely back. The potentials have been training, so I'm curious to see where we're going to go in this episode. We also had the first use Jonathan to try and get Andrew to unalive some potentials as well. So yeah, they're definitely back, and especially as we're getting, there's only so many episodes left in the season and the last season too. So I'm very curious to see where we're gonna go with everything. I don't know how they're gonna defeat the first. They were able to kill that super vampire a few episodes ago, but are they just going to keep releasing super vampires? I have no idea, but thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. There's so many of them now. Yeah, they're taking over the whole house.
Chloe? It is Chloe, right?
Cheese and rice. Oh, that got me. Oh my god. What are we doing? Oh, I remember her from the previous episode that we had with the fire and, yeah, Buffy's dream. It's not enough. That's not a good sign.
So tell me, why in the name of Almighty Grothnar would I let myself become human again?
You're really talking to the wrong fella.
Yeah.
I mean, being human? Ugh. You're always icky on the inside and disgusting on the outside.
It's a known fact. Yeah, it's a flaw.
I like my plan better. Get up, get out, get drunk. Repeat as needed. It's just more elegant.
Yeah, imagine the house is getting very crowded.
Nuts.
Right? I'm just out for the alcohol.
Right there with you, Scooter. Plan to drink you under the table.
You're on then.
Good. Of course.
We know what happened last time these two got drunk.
It wasn't proposing. Time goes by, girl gets hungry. You should know.
Oh, thank God.
What?
Demon.
Huh?
Oh.
Dolphin says you die.
Oh my. Okay. Ooh. Terrifying demon though. So creepy. The red eyes and the scales and the horns.
It started, hasn't it?
I mean, it's always had a sketchy history, but yeah, it's increasing for sure.
Begin its semi-annual percolation. Usually blows around May.
Was it like this before?
Is that a graduation joke? Oh.
I knew I signed on for something, but Buffy, I'm just a guy. Granted, a cool and sexy vampire fighting guy, but still.
So modest.
What is it?
An emergency kit. This bag belonged to my mother.
From one Slayer to another.
Here. Actually, this is my desk, and, these are my pencils.
I don't think that's what he meant. Yeah, patrolling.
World to bring people together.
It's heartwarming. Anyway, this is, it, Command Central.
Andrew in his apron.
Where have you been? This funnel cake is kicking my ass.
I thought he was a microwave only kind of guy.
Andrew.
It's a pleasure.
Andrew is our... Actually, he's our hostage. Andrew, we don't have a big port.
I made it myself.
Oh my gosh, Andrew. He's got way too much free time on his hands.
And this represents The first in various incarnations.
Is this supposed to be a map of Sunnydale?
No pattern to the naked eye yet, but the instant one emerges, yours truly is on it.
She's like, this was not how I thought this was gonna go when I brought him to my house, but thanks, Andrew.
Punch block combo. Ha! Cross block kick. Ha!
Kennedy's leading the recruits now, apparently.
All that potential. Try that in the field that you are dead. Drop and give me 20. 20 what? Push-ups, maggot.
Wow, she's really letting the power go to her head. Okay. She is the same age as all of them, and is not better than any of them, so...
Not all gonna make it. Some will die, and nothing I can do will stop that.
Oh, hi.
Willow just comes out with a bunch of weapons.
Preparation for the school pep dance cheer drill contest are coming along.
Bad save, Willow.
If Kennedy asks, her pointy stuff's right there. See inside. So much cooler than Snyder.
Ah, yes. Sunnydale principal history.
She really almost destroyed the world?
Yep.
It was a different time.
The sanest way of saving your life is to keep you with me, away from danger. No need to thank me.
Yeah, she's complaining a lot for someone who just saved her life, yeah.
Better phrase. Demon.
Figured.
I hope we're not intruding.
Not a bit.
This won't be awkward at all.
By me. Big fight against evil coming up. Well, good guys we've got, the longer we'll all live.
Is that what you are? A good guy?
It was a different time, sir.
Why don't you tell me about that?
There's not much to tell. I've changed.
Oh. Now that you have a soul.
Yeah, I don't think he cares or believes him. But at least he knows he has a soul now.
Yeah, I went to great lengths. Lots of trouble. And now I'm unique. Well, more or less.
He's Angel, yeah.
You've been in Sunnydale, what?
Years.
How many?
Few.
Before that?
Around.
It's such a vague interrogation.
Flunking out. No, just kidding. I'm paying someone to do my work. I'm kidding. I love to see your eyeballs change color when you think I'm gonna flunk out.
Oh my god. Is this real? Is she having another dream? Oh no, Chloe. Oh my gosh.
I heard.
Dawn, get a knife. Cutting her.
That's grim. That's so grim. Oh, poor Chloe.
But on the other hand, why rush?
The first got her. Oh no.
I did most of the talking. But Chloe was a good listener. Till she hanged herself.
That's so sad. Yeah, that did not help. Ugh.
All of you? But wait, I thought...
They're not all gonna make it. Some will die, and there's nothing I can do that will stop.
Oh, I don't like that. If she could imitate her voice. No, thank you.
One by one. TTFN.
Dang it. Yeah, it was one thing if... Ta-ta for now.
It's ta-ta for now.
Come on, Buffy. You gotta stay with the times.
Dawn, where's that knife?
Well, this is not going to boost morale. They were already like, you know, Buffy was worried that it wasn't going to be enough, that they weren't going to be able to defeat this, and now they're down another person that the first can just use. Ugh, so
Dead
sad.
body I bury, it's easy. Just think of Chloe. You do what she did. And I'll find room for you next to her and Annabelle.
Wow, 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 wow. That was not the speech I was expecting.
You're out of line.
No, she's not.
You're gonna let her talk to you like that? Willow.
Kennedy. Whoa, whoa. Slow your roll.
Do what I say.
Jawohl. But let's not try to forget, we're also your friends.
I'm not.
Thanks, Anya. Weird and rude.
Getting rescued. What is it that you do?
We're calling shots today.
Sarcasm.
We already have Xander.
Kind of be my job.
Yeah, exactly.
Flying doesn't really apply to me, does it?
Fine. Take a cell phone. That way, if I need someone to get weepy or wailed on, I can call you.
Yep. We're doing this.
As a matter of fact, I haven't been quite relishing the kill the way I used to.
You were a better fighter then.
I did this for you.
He didn't have a soul, so of course he was.
When we met,
Oh, you don't know how close you are to bringing him out.
I'm nowhere near him.
Of course she wants the dangerous Spike because it'll help them fight, but...
What are you gonna do?
I'm declaring an emergency.
She's picking fights with everybody today.
I thought you'd want to be here.
Yeah, you thought right.
That emergency bag's got some neat stuff in it. Weapons, charms.
A boomerang? Okay.
That's where all my fancy translating skills break down. But I think it's an origin myth. The story of the very first Slayer.
I saw her
Yeah, that was one from her dreams.
the other night in my dream. It's got to mean something, right?
Are you afraid of the dark? Oh, crossover episode.
What's that sound?
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting shadow puppets to be involved, but here we are.
Found a girl.
And then it took the girl to fight the demon.
Looks like Giles' drawings.
About darkness?
What about darkness?
It says you cannot be shown. You cannot just watch, but you must see. See for yourself, but only
Okay, it's coming to life.
When'd you get so good at Sumerian?
Changing the girls to...
Marion anymore.
Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. It's translating to English. Something's getting them. Did we just open a portal? Is that what we're doing with the shadow puppets?
It doesn't say that.
Buffy, you don't even know what you're exchanging. You don't even know if you're ready yet.
That's the point. No.
I don't think they have a choice. She's got to go and figure it out.
Buffy, you can't.
How will we get you back?
Find a way.
Okay, bye.
What was that about an exchange?
And the demon is back. Yep.
Willow, use your magic, send him back.
Trying. Redeem.
Oh.
Weapon.
Oh yeah, get him, Dawn.
Roar out of here, all of you!
Spike is back. Oh my god, what are these walls made out of? Cheese and rice. Oh. Well, Buffy's gonna love that.
Spell. I mean, didn't you see that thing? And you expect to reopen the portal without sending Willow off the deep end?
Anya, not helping. Yeah, this looks very much like the dream she had when we first saw the first Slayer with the fire pit and all that stuff. So that's what I'm guessing she went back to. Especially how she saw the first Slayer in her dream earlier as well.
You look like you can barely stand. We're trained. And the only thing we know for sure about this demon is it kicked your ass.
Have I said how annoying Kennedy is lately? She's like, what do you know? Girl, he was a vampire for hundreds of years. Zip it.
No, I know we have bigger issues to deal with, but how did I understand anything you guys just said? Oh, I know ancient magics. I just thought it was neat. And the need of it just left. End of what?
Wewe ni mlinzi wa mwisho wa nyumbani.
Last Guardian. Oh no. That's not promising.
This is like a play, like some shadow play, some non-reality reenactment hologrammy.
Okay, well, that's real. They just bonked her.
Opere. Donnie, you better put on some coffee. This could take a while.
Oh! Okay, that worked. We've got the black-eyed frickin' Willow back. Cheese and rice.
Sisi tuwapo karibu na kwanza.
Yeah, they had the shadow puppet thing, someone in chains.
Muuaji wa kwanza alikuwa hasemi maneno mengi.
Yeah, that's the sound they heard too when they were doing the shadow puppet thing. Oh, frick.
Nguvu yako iko hapa.
Ni nguvu ya shetani. Roho ya shetani.
Demon heart?
itengeneza muuaji huyu, ndio.
Okay, not what I was expecting. Fighting evil with evil, I guess. Buffy is freaking out.
Hivyo ndio ilikuwa zamani na mpaka sasa itakuwa hivyo.
Hivyo, hivyo, ilivyo.
I don't love this. I don't love this path for her. Becoming part demon. Oh god, no, 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 no. Oh no, the principal's, I'm pretty sure that's the coat he took off of the principal's mom's Slayer. I don't remember if they said her name, I'm sorry.
Where you going?
Got a job.
Nice coat. Where'd you get it?
New York.
Subway, aka your mother. I feel like he recognizes it. Yep, oh no.
It's not happening, Will.
Give her time, she's getting it.
Or something's getting her. Will, think you better back up a little.
Well, she doesn't like that response. Oh, portal is open. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you gotta get Willow out of there.
Now we're talking.
Oh, the headbutting. Well, that's an evil laugh, if I ever heard one. Ooh!
Understand. You violated that girl. Made her kill for you because you're weak, you're pathetic, and you obviously have nothing to show me.
Wow, 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 wow. How do you really feel? I mean, she's not wrong. Obviously, I feel like she has a little bit of demon strength now, though, so... She couldn't break those chains before, and now she's doing it like it's nothing. One demon down. What is he gonna tell her, though? I don't like this. I don't like this. Of course we don't get to see it. Oh, here comes the demon.
It's important that you know what I am. What I'm like when I'm like that.
Yeah, that's why they don't encourage her to behave that way. Because it ends badly.
What did they show you?
I'm guessing it was that the Slayers lose this battle? Oh, cheese and rice. Oh my god. That actually scared me. Oh, okay. Just a giant freaking pile of super vamps. Good. For a second I thought they were the orcs from Lord of the Rings. It scared me. I was like, oh, how did we do this? But just a bunch of freaking vampires. So that was my first time watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 7, Episode 15. I didn't love it. This season has been my least favorite so far, which pains me to say it because it's the last season. I wanted it to be like just absolutely knocking it out of the park. Let me know if you want me to do like a season ranking video after I finish watching everything. But yeah, this episode, I feel like Buffy goes out and yells at the recruits for not trying hard enough and not being enough, and maybe that was her own insecurities talking. I don't know if we need to dive that deep into it, but then she gets the chance to be offered more power and refuses it, and I understand her being super strong isn't going to make everybody else super strong, but still, it was just like, okay, you had this chance. And when she's talking to Willow, she's like, I think I made a mistake. I was like, you just yelled at all of them for not being good enough, and your response to that is to turn down power, which, again, we know the Slayers already have, you know, extra strength and all these, you know, special abilities, and it did seem like some of that demon power did get in because she was struggling with those chains and then like 30 seconds later is tearing them out of the ground like they're nothing. So maybe she just wasn't trying that hard. I don't know. Maybe that was just not meant to be looked at that way. I don't know. But yeah, I felt like some of that demon power definitely did get in. Please no spoilers. And I understand she wouldn't want to run home and tell everybody about that. But yeah, I'm curious to see where the next episode's going to go. If we find out some of it did happen and she actually has some demon strength in her now, or... And we also have, like, no other plan. Like, the girls are trying as much as they can. You know, they're also supposed to be still, like, teenagers. These aren't, like, you know, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds who've been training for decades at this point. Like, these are still pretty young women, and the fact that she's just yelling at them, and Kennedy also, I'm done with her. She is so freaking annoying, taking on this like very military approach, calling them maggots, like she's this, commander in charge. Like, no one gave you this job. And if someone did, I don't know what is happening, because these girls are all trying their hardest. And yeah, I agree, they're definitely not ready for what's coming, especially when we have that big wide shot reveal of just thousands upon thousands, if not, hundreds of thousands of the super vamps. And we saw how long it took Buffy to kill the one, and how she is obviously at a different level than the recruits, so she can't fight all of those at once, obviously. And even if Faith comes back at some point, because Faith is the only person I think that would be at that same level or even close to it, then still two of them versus 100,000 super vamps, like, come on, they're not going to stand in line and let her kill them one by one. No, of course, it's going to be a massacre. And if those things get out, if that's what's holding, what's under the seal, then they're very much in trouble. And the fact that, Buffy was kind of taunting him, saying like, oh, tell me something I don't know. And he's like, okay, here you go. I thought it was going to be like, I mean, it was obviously a very terrifying image, but I thought it was going to be more like Apocalypse, like a big reveal that, her worst fears come true. All the Slayers are dead, and it's just the end of it. We did find out how the first Slayer was made through this weird shadow puppet thing that the principal's mom had in her bag, which was interesting that I don't know if she was researching it. I don't know how she got it, but clearly they were able to, open this portal. We've seen Buffy go back in time to the first a few times, not very often, but we had the first Slayer in this episode as well, and we find out how the first Slayer was made. And even when they did the shadow puppets before Buffy went back, I was like, you're tying up this girl. And Buffy calls them out and says like, hey, you guys weren't strong enough to do this, so you tied up this girl and made her into your weapon, basically. Which obviously is horrible, and Buffy is very much against it. She's the chosen one. Like, obviously they don't do that to Slayers now, but even if you're the chosen one, again, you don't have a choice. It's decided for you that this is something you have to do, and you have to live up to these expectations now and be a Slayer. It's never been, a choice like, hey, sign me up for this, like even she talks about that, even saying recruits, like recruits have a choice. They willingly join up. These guys are all, potential Slayers. So yeah, again, I'm very curious to find out where we're going to go with this information. I don't feel like we have any more information about how to defeat them. All we know now is that the super vamps are back with, 100,000 times more strength, and it's going to be terrifying to see the sheer numbers alone. Even if they were regular vampires, the math isn't mathing. They would be in so much trouble. So yeah, I'm very worried to see where that's gonna go. Obviously we lost Chloe in this episode, which was devastating, but Buffy calling her stupid, I don't think helped the situation. And the first, of course, using Chloe and explaining everything that happened, and I definitely wasn't expecting her to unalive herself. That was a grim turn. And we do hear Buffy say that, not all the Slayers are going to survive, not all the recruits. Of course, I feel like that was, strongly implied. There's going to be a big battle. Not everybody's going to make it out, of course. And again, I know her actions were highly motivated by the first, who probably encouraged her to do this, but still, I just felt like that was so grim in the middle of an episode where we don't really have, it just felt like a hodgepodge of an episode. And to have Anya saying that she's not friends with Buffy, what is that? What is the point of that? She's trying. And then even her response is like, oh, I'm here for sarcasm. And it's just, I feel like this season is really showing the holes and characters that probably should have moved on but just stuck around. And I like Anya's character, but sometimes she's just unnecessary. And I get they have to give her lines because she's part of the show, but I'm like, why are you saying this? And then even Xander being like, no, actually I'm the sarcasm. Yeah. This guy's been around for a while. He's our comic relief. He's our sarcasm. And obviously him and Anya aren't together anymore. So it just kind of proved that Anya doesn't need to be there. It proved that Andrew doesn't need to be there because he's just making them a funnel cake. Guys, what are we doing? I really wanted this season to be so good. Maybe I had my expectations too high, and I feel like it's just a mess. I do like that we got to learn more about the first, and, obviously the principal knows that Spike's the one that killed his mom. I don't know if Spike's picked up on that yet, but to see Spike go get that coat, and of course we know from the flashbacks with Spike, that is the coat from the principal's mom, and he wears it to go prove to Buffy how ruthless he can be again. And again, it felt very flip-floppy, Buffy's, no, I want you to be horrible so we have more power. It's you spent the whole, what? You can't just ask some, same with Willow, don't use your magic. Oh, but use your magic, we need it now. Yeah, it was just, I don't know. I'm glad they were able to bring Buffy back. I'm glad that demon thing was dead. But like Anya said, they're probably just going to keep sending more after her because obviously this vengeance still, wants her dead. And Spike can only kill so many of them. But to push Spike to that brink again, being like, hey, I need you to go back. And like, I understand that, when they're fighting the first, yes, I would expect him to be his old, ruthless self. And even when the principal is interrogating Spike, Spike's giving very like vague answers. And he's like, it's in the past. Like, you could tell Spike wants to move on from this. He's like, I have a soul now. Like, you can tell he's trying to be with Buffy. Maybe not in the most like obvious way, but again, he brings it up. He's like, I thought that's what you wanted. Like, I thought you wanted me to have a soul. That's why I went through these horrible things. And now Buffy's like, oh, just kidding, like, go, kill this demon and go be horrible again, because that's what we need. Maybe it was just a moment of Buffy panicking and not feeling, very secure in their resources, which is also possible, and, calling out Willow like a Wiccan who won't, or whatever she says, and that, she used to be this really powerful witch who, again, almost destroyed the entire world. And Buffy kind of hints like, oh, it'd be great if you could do that again, like, we've seen Willow dabble in magic more and more, and even this episode when she, pushes Kennedy and Dawn back because they try to pull her out of what she's doing, and she has the black, eyes again, which means she's basically gone to the literal dark side. And yeah, it just felt like a very flip-flop episode, and I understand why Buffy doesn't want the demon power. Like, I could see that would be a risky thing and something she doesn't want to sign up for, considering she fights demons and vampires all the time. And I don't know what percentage it would be, similar to what we've seen in Angel when Cordelia has like demon power. Is it 5%? Is it 30%? Like, do you become 90%, demon? So yeah, I could see why it would be a slippery slope. And those guys were not really up for negotiation. She was literally chained up and they were going to do, whatever they wanted. So I don't know what the plan is going forward. Obviously, we just know now there's a ton of super vamps out there. We lost one of our recruits, Chloe, in this episode, which was so sad. I don't know where Giles was for this whole episode also. Andrew's just taking up space in the kitchen, cooking funnel cakes. And we've had long-running villains before, like with Glory. That was a drawn-out, I don't mean it in a negative way. I just mean like we were battling her for a long time. It wasn't just a monster of the week situation. She was, had her share. She had her story. With the first, this doesn't feel as substantial. This doesn't feel as, intense as it could be. I think they could have done a really cool job with the first backstory and, the history of Slayers throughout time. And it just feels like there was potential for something really cool there, or like a Slayer school, or like there could have been so many things that could have been a piece. Like we have all of Angel's flashbacks. We have all of Spike's flashbacks. We could have had so many flashbacks to Slayers. And obviously we do have the first Slayer come see Buffy, but through shadow puppets. And then to have her go to this portal, meet these three guys, and come back in the same episode. And yeah, like I said, all she really learns now is how the first Slayer was made, which she hates, and that there's a ton of these super vamps out. So yeah, I don't know. I promise I genuinely did want to love this season. It's just been a bit of a letdown so far, and it's also bittersweet because every episode I watch is one less to watch, and I, want the show to go on. But yeah, this season has not been my favorite. But thank you so much for sharing on this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. The red eyes and the scales and the horns. Thought he was a microwave only kind of guy. This is such a vague interrogation. A boomerang? Okay. Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting shadow puppets to be involved. I don't love this. I don't love this path for her. Becoming part demon? Oh god, no. AKA your mother.